All right, everybody, welcome to our official Fantastic Arcade Game Beast session. We're gonna watch the super cool trailer real quick, and then I'm gonna have a talk with James, one of the designers, and then we're gonna have a super off-the-chain tournament right afterward. Sign up for that is all done, yeah, and we remain sponsored by Dell, by Intel, by PlayStation, and by Vlambeer. And so thanks to them for helping make all this possible. And I think we have to play another trailer real quick.
I think all the builds are going to be complicated. Yes.
Oh yeah. All right, so can we do like should we do a spotlighting thingy? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm here with James, who's one of the designer, programmer.
We kind of share a lot of that still. Three of us are brothers, so we just kind of.
Whoa. Okay. So this is all based on real life. So I just had a handful of questions, then we'll take a little bit of Q&A, and then we'll do the tournament thing. One of the people who've been fans of Game Beast for a little while, one of the stories is that these were placeholder characters.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to say that they were, because they definitely were, but also the previous was kind of placeholder, because what had happened is we just started doing game jams, and we went to a local dev meetup, showed the game to a few people, and they enjoyed it, and we got kind of excited about that, because like 50 people had played the game, so we thought we may never get that level of exposure again. So we kind of, we'd already decided to kind of make it, the pre-alpha available on February the 14th for no specific reason other than
that's literally my birthday. Great time to release it.
Yeah, so when we did that, and just before we did it, I'd already kind of paid the $70 fee for Greenlight. And we just kind of decided on kind of a win, really, that we might as well put a Greenlight thing in the pre-alpha and we might get some votes from it. And that's all we did. And we got Greenlit like in the next round immediately afterwards. So we've just been responding to opportunities since then, really.
Yeah, because I know, like, I heard maybe this is apocryphal, but I'd heard a story that the characters were originally going to be sort of like fully designed, detailed characters, but people played the like psychotic doughboy version of the characters, and we're like, no, psychotic doughboys forever.
We had like a pawn prototype character who had hands but no legs. Like the reason I have no feet was because the feet were gliding and things. So that elements of that there was a placeholder definitely, but because we wanted to push on Greenlight, we just started working with this illustrator, a friend of ours, and literally the stuff on Greenlight and stuff that was in the menu was like the previous we'd done, and it was actually like the character was a dwarf, the previous that you've seen is dwarf from a different game that we were making before this game.
Oh,
we kind of paused the development of. So although it definitely was previous game, it wasn't any more informed or kind of evolved than what we had.
Sure.
People did say like you can't change the characters, but we wanted to change the characters because we needed customization. We want the story mode to make sense because like a yellow gang versus a blue gang is not that compelling compared to like astronauts versus dinosaurs or something.
Yeah.
So we kind of did that. We made these figurine outfits for like a YouTube network because they were asking for it, and we saw it as a kind of a perfect opportunity to kind of show a more extreme version of customization. But we want to have like thousands of them. We don't want to. This is not the only characters, and there will be other body types and other shapes and sizes, and they'll all kind of work with physics in the same way as these do. But we want to introduce them slowly so that people can get used to them.
Fantastic. Aside from the normal sorts of teddy bear versus dinosaur versus mariachi ultraviolence, were you guys inspired by like 80s fight choreography or like professional wrestling? And there's a fight scene in They Live, or no, is it They Live? Yeah, there's a fight scene. That is like a 42-minute long like professional wrestling fight in an alley, and it feels like it has a little bit of that.
There's one in Mad Dog and Glory. I don't know if you've seen that film, Bill Murray film. There's like an endless Danny Aiello fight scene in that. It's a similar sort of thing. We do like that element, but we also have this kind of concept of escalation. So we want the environment to start filling you off over time for in the kind of battle arena sort of modes. I think we might end up making that optional so that kind of fight purists can play a different game probably. Fight purists could play that without the escalation.
Sure, Fox v Fox, Final Destination, whatever. Yeah. And even the Ferris wheel levels where I first fell in love with this game, because even that, it doesn't look like it's a battle arena death ring, but it totally is, right?
Yeah, well, they're very dangerous places. But we started going, like when we turn up in places, we're kind of like health and safety inspectors. We're looking around for all the kind of environmental hazards that we can put in the game. So,
There's a lot. We had a problem. We were trying to do an event in the UK that involved. We wanted to have trampolines at an event, and it was like a whole big thing. And health and safety wouldn't let it happen, and then we had to get help from a trampoline charity group. They're like a pro trampoline lobby in the UK that has experience working with health and safety.
yeah.
That's not really a question, actually.
Well, we have experimented with trampolines, and there will be bouncy castles.
Oh. And I guess people might have. I don't know if anybody's seen it yet, but there's a sort of a custom battle arena that's sort of special just for Fantastic Arcade. Right?
Yes, yeah, we made a custom level for here. It might well be this theatre.
It looks a lot like this.
Yeah.
Except there's a lot more tentacles
Yeah.
on the screen. I think that's about all my questions. Do you guys have any questions for the creators of this marvelous thing? We have a hand up over there.
One of the things I really like about games in general is when the game has personality, or the characters have personality, and you just somehow managed to cram so much personality in these amorphous jelly people. And now that I found out that the dev team is like three brothers, it makes so much more sense. Everything. What kind of thought did you give to like when somebody gets beat up, the guy does a little dance.
Yeah, the kind of celebration or taunt pose was kind of something we put in right at the last minute before releasing the pre-alpha, and it was literally like a suggestion where we were just talking, saying like we need some way to kind of demonstrate their authority, and that was the kind of best thing we could do with the controls that we had currently at the time. And we did have kind of plans to do more with it, or give you more options. But one of the things we're thinking about for like the proper kind of tournament modes when we get around to making them is letting you kind of pair up with people by just being adjacent to them. So like if there's 8 people playing, you can have like a 3 versus 2 versus 2 versus 1 or something, and that would be based on kind of how you start off. But we want to do that and then let you kind of give your, because gangs are about identity and about kind of personalization and kind of demonstrating your affiliations. So we want you to kind of be able to do some gang poses or something like that, just to kind of identify yourself, and also that whole kind of the whole kind of trash talk thing. Like the more serious we try and make it, the more stupid it is, and that's our kind of whole kind of design model, is really just to kind of do it really po-faced. So I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
It's a very expressive game. Like the basic, like normal fighting game. I play a lot of Street Fighter, and it's a very, very discrete one-to-one programmed, perfect kind of mathematical thing, and that's really great about it. But this is very, especially for fighting games are expressive in their own way. Everybody can fight. You can express yourself through anything, but there's a lot of like wiggle room here to like kind of express yourself through it, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely unbalanced on one level, but like we wanted to be able to play it with our sister because we play games with her, and she's like level 7,000 Warcraft Elite or something, but she can't play or doesn't enjoy playing certain games because she can't identify what her character is, or she's just not used to like the controller. But we play with her, and she beats us, and that's kind of a kind of touching point for us. Like we want that kind of thing to happen. So even though you can get quite skilled, we've seen that more and more because we've done a lot of events. Seen a lot of people get better at it, and we can immediately tell if we played the game before. But we still want to have that kind of puncher's chance where you can overthrow it, and you know, the more dominant you think you are, the more you're going to fall and fail. I think
this is the thing that a lot of great games do. Poker's like this. Like an idiot, someone who's never played poker can sit down and just sort of win that game, but they can't win a long streak of games, and that becomes like just one of the flavors of poker. It's like a thing that you end up relishing as a poker player.
I mean, I think because there's a kind of spectacle aspect to this as well, and people don't seem to mind losing, and I think that's not by
losing
design.
in this game is really funny.
Yeah, and also like the attempt and the attempted failure, and like, you know, especially like it's not in the game that much, but a lot of the jumping things you can do, the climbing things you can do, when we bring more rope swinging and things like that, and especially the co-op modes in the story mode. The attempt to do something and then fail is still kind of enjoyable. So I mean,
kind of.
we want to kind of keep that going, keep that going, so that people can keep each other in the game and keep going kind of forward and have that kind of personal sort of their gang's story.
Yeah. All right. Another question over here.
I play this game on and off all day, and since I've been here, and I still can't grab anybody. Am I just really stupid, or am I doing something wrong?
You just have to hold down the...
I was holding it down, and I was like, fall, and they don't fall. And they drag me off the stage.
Yeah,
That's how I play too. You would be a good team.
That is my favourite thing, is to drag somebody off as you're dying yourself.
But yeah, it's fun to suck at it, and I was so amazed. I just wanted to be really shitty at a game, and I was like, this is confusing. Why do I like this?
I offer free tutorials. That helps. But yeah, we haven't done a very good job of communicating the controls and things like that. We will go back to doing better tutorials, but we want to, because there's the way it happens, there's certain moves in the game that we never added. They're just there because physics is there, and physics allows you to do that by pressing certain button combinations. We could kind of go through and be really kind of careful about managing that, but we don't really want to. We just want to kind of balance it so there's a fairly consistent experience, but people still have the opportunity to do something different. And people, you know, on YouTube, there's been a lot of YouTube videos now. At first we watched a lot of them, and we were learning from how people were playing. Like they show us stuff that we've never seen before or considered before.
So basically, it's just me.
Yeah. No. Well, there's a tricky thing. So normally in a very discrete fighting game, if somebody presses the punch button, they do this punch. It's this like set specific animation. And if you're watching the game and you've played the game before, you can see this is exactly what's happening. But this is more like what I would say is like a very indie approach to things. We're not going to make 5,000 discrete things. We're going to make like 5 things and see all the different ways that they fit together. And we're going to be permissive of the weird things that fall out of this system because that's what makes it interesting. But it's almost like you have to. I think a lot of people find you have to like. There needs to be like the way that you communicate that to people and the way you make that visible. Like a game designer term is like, how do you surface this to the players or whatever. And it can be really tricky because you don't always know all of the things that are going to happen in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we really want to look at more. We kind of removed the tutorial level because we're rebuilding it, but we don't want to rebuild it just as a level. We want to build it in such a way that you're kind of forced to learn how to play the game. So just even things like just smashing a vending machine to kind of figure out punching early on or something like that. So we've got a few ideas about how you might have to navigate the environment very early on in the game, which will function as a tutorial level, but won't necessarily be like really kind of declamatory, like you need to press these buttons in this way.
Yeah.
Whether we can do that or not, we'll see.
Got a question up there along the side?
Yeah, I hadn't really been able to play with any other people other than my 4-year-old son. He just likes to randomly press buttons, and he has been able to beat me.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's a whole fun thing about it, like, hey, let's play this, and that's what's kind of become what's so fun about it. His favorite thing is watching me run around on the air and screaming, and I try to do good stuff, and he winds up defeating me, and is that like a whole, are you ultimately deciding, hey, we're going to work on that and make it good for anyone to play, to fight in the tournament mode? I mean, we'll see here shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, the right from the very start, we kind of called it a party game. So it's kind of an odd mixture because it has a somewhat complicated control scheme that we were really worried about. But it does seem like once people get the hang of it, they become quite masterful. Well, not masterful, but they become capable quite quickly. So we want to, what we're trying to do is kind of put things into the game and see how people play it and then learn from that and respond to that. And we're really happy with the way it's quite accessible, even though it is a complicated control scheme. And we have people playing fighting games who don't like fighting games, and that's really pleasing. Because we didn't start out to make a fighting game, but we were just really interested in these kind of physics and the way you work with each other if you can grab, and that whole mechanic. And so we were making like a high fantasy game, and then we did prototype a sci-fi opera game, and then we put in the fight mechanic because we wanted to simplify the game so that we knew we could realise it, and as a small team. But there's so many more things that we want to do involving that co-op and just kind of playing together and just being playful. So like the sandbox level that was in the pre-alpha build has been replaced by like the city park level, and there'll be no enemies there. There'll be ducks to chase and play with and things like that. So we just want to kind of, because a lot of people just play the game that way. They don't necessarily want to be fighting. And also like if you're just button mashing for the whole game, that's a kind of very different experience to what we want to kind of promote. So it's nice to have that kind of pacing, and also with the whole kind of po-face aspect of it being, you know, in the same way like something like The Warriors or like Escape from New York, they're kind of serious films in the way they're presented, but they're just so ridiculous, and that's what we want our game to be, if that makes sense.
You showed me on Escape from New York.
There's something really brotherly about the game, I think, which is this, it feels like you're never allowed to be cool in this game for more than like 4 seconds. Like you might do this amazing thing, you punch this guy in the face and he flies off into the fire, and then your character just sort of like tips over or something. And it seems like there's like a brotherly humility kind of thing going on there. It feels like
definitely like an early celebration, come up and sort of situation, especially on the trucks. Like you might think you've won, and then you celebrate, and then a sign hits you or something, and then the other person now they can climb up from behind the truck or whatever. Yeah. And there's definitely a lot of hiding and things like that go on as well. So it is kind of playful in the whole kind of playground sort of way. I think that's how people approach it. And like when we have watched some of these YouTube things, we've been like grown men, and then kind of personifying through the characters, and they're talking like, you know, like you might have like a 6-year-old girl playing with dolls, or like a 5-year-old boy playing with his car set or something like that, and that's kind of how we want it to be. Like one of our influences for the game is kind of an odd influence is Scale Electrics, which is like somebody did tell me like what the American name for that would be. But it's like just a car racing game where you pull a trigger.
Slot racers. Yeah.
So you just point the direction and spam some buttons, and if you do it too much, you'll probably end up not succeeding. But if you do it just about right, you'll probably end up succeeding. So it's kind of like the rock 'em sock 'em sort of thing. So on that level, it is quite simple. You can definitely like bob and weave a little bit and be quite selective about how you choose to engage with your opponent, and that will give you more success, but you still won't. It's not reliable in the way that most games it would be.
Yeah, there's a bit of Richard Garfield advice about game design, which is like when you can sit down and make a game. As a game designer, you always think up like what's the coolest, craziest, most complex strategy there can be to win. But then when you let normal people play it, you have to also make sure that they can play the dumb way, which is also usually the fun way, and that can be legitimate. That can be a totally fine way to play the game.
Yeah, I mean our approach is really, as long as it's fun, we want to leave it in, we want to support it if we can, and we think of it like a sandbox fighting game, so we've given people very limited options to kind of customise or play with things today.
They're going to be sticks.
That we've talked about, we have a lot of requests for blood, and we're not going to do blood, but we have a lot of requests for like weapons and other things like that. But there's any kind of weapons we'll have will just be contextual things that are available in the environment, like a water cooler, or a CRT monitor, or folding chair. Yeah, anything like that that you can
Light jackets.
Anything like that. Freezer rooms is the big one that we're looking at the moment. But anything like that would be appropriate, like just slamming people taking doors and stuff like that. So that's what we wanted for, but nothing like no laser weapons, no ballistic weapons, nothing like that.
Yeah, so not like a eviscerating chainsaw fatalities.
Yeah, we have experimented with head and limb detachment, and it is quite funny, but we're saving that for the other game.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
The other game would be in a fantasy setting, so it makes more sense and it's more kind of tolerable. And we have a young audience of the game, and we don't want to do anything that's kind of unpleasant for them.
I think there was one more question up. Yeah, Ramiro.
Yeah. Can you talk a bit about the animations in the game? They look really awesome, but how much of it is physics? How much of it did you create beforehand?
There's no animation as such. It's all physics. Yeah, I mean there are bones, but they're just basically different parts of the anatomy are looking for certain targets relative to where they are. So there are certain kind of set animations as such, but they're just scripted. So they are just like permanently ragdolled.
Was there a question way back there? Yeah, back there in the middle.
Is there a chance we'll get to knock hats off of people and steal said hats?
Yeah, there's a hat spoliation mode coming. That basically the idea, it's not implemented yet, but the idea is you, in that mode, you'll knock off each of the hats and be able to stomp on them. And will be the one with the most intact hat at the end of the round. Or whatever. So there's a lot more of those kind of things that we want to do and make it more playful, get mini game modes and things like that as well. But we needed to kind of build out the first part of it to make that possible. And now, because we're selling the game, we're now funded, so we can just get back to the office and concentrate on building that now. So thank you to everybody.
And then we'll go to tournament party times.
You said you made this at a game jam. I was wondering what was the theme of the jam and how did you arrive at this?
We actually made a number of game jam games. Like we made this wasn't specifically made at a game jam, but the character we were kind of iterating on for this other game, the high fantasy game, which was called Grim Beasts. That's why this game has the name Gang Beasts. But it's kind of part of a trilogy, basically. But yeah, we were doing a game jam. We did a thing with Elite Motion Controller where we had like the heads of a Hydra mapped to your fingers, and we had these little characters, and they just had to run past the Hydra and pick up gold and run back across, and that was like that had that gripping mechanic. And there was another game that we made before that had the gripping mechanic. So we kind of used game jams to kind of build out different parts of what we wanted to be in these games without really realizing it. So. But that was just how we learned to make games and doing stuff in public and getting feedback. Like we made so many really obvious mistakes, and we continue to do that. But people tell you immediately, so you can't kind of dwell on it. And that's been a good model for us, especially as brothers, because we've spoken about so many games, and we literally have like 200-300 ideas for different projects that we could maybe go back to because we've spoken about this stuff for like 20 years. And never really got very far with it because we were all in different cities, all doing different things. And game jams just gave us a way of meeting up, like a formal or like a set period where we would go and do something, and it had like a tangible end result. And at some point, we just kind of stopped doing game jams as much and started making this game. And that's all kind of happened in the last 5 months, really. We did commit to making this game in like November of last year, but we were all kind of working for other people and we're all part-time, and none of us have a game design background or like any experience in the industry. Michael, the youngest brother, studied game design, but the rest of us are kind of have an illustration or fine art background. So we just tried to figure out what we could do together as a company, and games was always on the agenda. And that was the kind of when we started prototyping and playing about with it. That was the most fun thing we could do, and where we had the kind of most success, at least in terms of like getting an end product or something after a few days doing a game jam.
Well, I think without further ado, we are going to switch over to tournament mode. And your commentators for the tournament tonight are going to be like fighting game professional commentators with a long background in esports. Mr. Tim Schafer and Mr. JW. I don't know if you guys were here for JW's Olympic commentary last year, but it was amazing. Samurai guy. I don't want to build him up too much, but if he's not the best commentator you've ever heard, tell him. Yeah, let's go. Let's tournament. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. I got the fancy mic. I think we need to call down some combatants.
All right. Rob Bloch, where are you? Get up here.
Come on down.
Here.
Come on down and fight.
Rob's coming from Chicago. He's got stuff.
Do you know actual facts about the people?
Just a couple.
Yeah, tell me all your facts.
All right, Rob has a big tattoo on his chest saying these colors don't run with an eagle with an AR-15.
Maybe he's a liar.
All right, ask again in 3 years.
Take your shirt off. Number 2, Ivan Schafer. What kind of tattoo do you have on your chest? Show me, just show me a little bit. Ooh. Oh, that guy's gonna win. Number 3, Chris R. Just R. I hope that's in honor of hierarchy. Chris R.
I hope not.
Chris, is that you? Chris R. Please come, get set up over here. Final contestant.
All right, John
Say. See? Love.
Any Johns who signed up, get up here.
I think it's Say or Love. John Say. Is that you? What's the last name? Oh, Lee. Great.
All right.
We have our 4 contestants.
So how are we going to watch this? Are we going to lie on the
these
floor
fancy chairs
together?
over here.
All right.
Yeah.
Let them
You get on my shoulders. Oh my God, the game is in the theater. Look at the detail of the wax, the little film reels on the wall.
So we have one tradition. Whenever there's a Gang Beasts tournament, you start out by screaming Gang Beasts in the microphone. Yeah, you want to do that? All right, go for it.
Go.
Gang Beasts! Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
I didn't do it at first because I thought it was a trick.
All right, we'll do it again next round. Everybody can kind of get used to this.
All right, now we carefully studied who was actually which color before, right? So you know who was playing who?
Yeah, we have red, yellow, blue, and green.
Okay, good. Now, obviously, you can see yellow is using the patented Y move to lift up the player.
We got to do some redecorating here. It looks kind of terrible. All right.
Now,
so the contestants are getting to know each other and kind of feeling around, knowing each other's weaknesses, strengths, and they're getting closer to the screen here, which in my mind is right in front of me. It's kind of scary.
The tentacles will actually come. Oh, there it just happened.
Oh man, this is beautiful.
This is a long time ago.
Green is getting pounded on the chairs there and getting dragged back to the screen. Is it happening? It is not happening.
No, but I think yellow's got good.
History repeats itself right there. Oh man.
Green's down. Green's unconscious. But wait,
this is
taking out.
Oh man, this whole level is getting wrecked. I'm glad this is not like actually happening in front of us.
I would be happy to throw every chair in your water.
Yeah.
Now, 2 people are
Maybe
down.
they
Blue
can
and red is
become
getting punched in
friends.
the butt. Unconscious. And now yellow.
Oh, he got kicked in the face. That was beautiful. A thing of
The
fine
fried
art.
chicken sandwich?
You know, what's kind of curious is how James talked about not adding blood to the game, but I think this is the most violent game I've ever seen in my life.
Blood is in your mind, and that makes it worse.
Yeah, it would actually make it more suitable for children if blood was added, probably.
I think,
Oh man, they're getting in
red seems to be doing a nice fake out of jump there.
Oh, and he's carrying both green
and a plank.
And a plank.
The plank is embedded in his.
You can put
I think we're
cards
going
in
to see our first death here, one way or the other. No!
They refuse to give up.
Throw him in!
Hang on! I can't watch. Alright, we have green and blue. Green is taking a power nap to get. Oh! And it reset.
I think,
who did that? Who pressed? I cannot see the score on top. It's called Grim Beast. Is this a Grim Fandango reference? Year 3 where you fight the giant octopus?
Yeah.
Did they put that in for you? Or did you put that in? Yeah. This is where you...
I feel like call that one for green. It's the green one.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you actually see the score?
I can't see the score.
Okay, Blue's dragging an unconscious body to the tentacles.
Oh.
But you see this often.
I think Red was not unconscious. Red was just letting Blue do
I'll
that.
tell you a secret, if you hold down the B button, you can pretend to be dead. It's one of my favorite moves.
Green just got tentacled, but is back. He got
That's
swept
good.
right back into the theater. Oh, that must have hurt. I wonder if this is like a new 3D technology or if they actually built a fake cinema on a boat. I don't think we'll ever know.
I see Green's taking a technique of hiding in the seat, which is what I would do without
He's
playing.
watching Green.
Now lay down, hold the B button down, no one will see you. Oh, I shouldn't be talking about that. It's like Green's a whole technique.
Do you think we can do any 6 skate moves on there, like on that railing? If you hold B?
Like parkour?
Yeah, like lines and stuff.
Red was doing a very difficult belly button hold and Green for a
It
second.
looks kind of cozy almost. And they're huddling up.
Oh.
And right in the kidney.
No.
Yellow is getting cocky here. That might be their demise. Green gets smacked against the wall. Smack, I tell you. And again.
That's like a tentacle threatening to throw him back in the ring. Looks bad for Red. Wake up, Red.
Red is just too cool for school. Hanging in there, taking another power nap. I just want to come back rejuvenated, you know? That's what you do. You sleep for an hour, and you can beat anybody.
Like that. Jump up, back in the game.
Oh, man. And the plank is down. Yes! Red, beautiful play there. Beautiful play. All right.
Blue and Green are tied.
Yellow is out of the game. Who was yellow? Oh, man. Why did you let them do that to you?
Okay, so now we're down to 3 players.
All right. Green is just kind of hopping on the
Green
table.
once again hiding in the theater.
Doing a little free.
Now pressing the Y button makes your arms go up, which is not a good hiding move. Green.
It does look very cool. You can do some funky dance moves. Oh man. Everybody's kind of trying to go under that railing. Like slide under it, and then maybe you get stuck.
What's your special technique for fighting these things? Do you have a different one?
I try to do flips because it looks cool. Like you can jump and press B and then wiggle the stick, and sometimes you do a flip.
The jump dodge over the left screen.
But it's not very easy. Oh, Blue! Blue is getting.
Blue one accepted.
And everybody's down. If they can be fast enough, they can lift up Red and throw Red into the beautiful movie scene. Oh, everybody is. Oh man, Blue, what are you doing to these poor people? Like straight on the chin. I'm now kind of doing some interpretive dancing. Maybe we can judge this differently. They don't have to fight.
This is about how they explore the human body.
This is about our contestants. Oh man. Or everybody just found out about the Y button all at once, so they're kind of like, and do not get too close to that screen. That's what happens if you want to sit in the front.
But the sound of the crashing waves often, like you will at the beach, put you to sleep.
We have the winner. Who was that? Rafa, of course. With a beautiful tattoo. If he wins the tournament, he might show the tattoo. Alright, we have a new sheet of paper here.
New sheet of winners, possible winners.
Alright.
Please come on down.
Trevor that's an L. In English is
Trevor
L.
In American English, it's an L. There he is, come on down.
Alright.
Very tall contestant, Greg Rice. Greg Rice.
We have Trevor Telly. Get up here.
Trevor Telly.
Alright.
Holly.
Tolly.
Number 4, Ben Esposito.
Get up here.
Come on down.
So, should we talk about the special ability each of the characters have, and like their different statistics?
Yeah.
How that influences the game?
Prophecy for the hardcore players.
So, yeah, as everybody knows, Red has longer arms, with more reach.
And there's someone is
And
showing
that's
off
pretty much the only thing, right?
the jump tuck.
No.
The hats do change things.
Oh man,
yellow
yeah,
give you a certain advantage. We're not.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, if you get punched in the sombrero, can you be knocked out?
They're fighting
Well,
over
should
the
have asked. Oh, yellow is out. Green is dominating, but they're doing some beautiful swinging. Oh wow, this is like
wrestler would.
Yeah.
And like a lasso.
Green might have a history in professional wrestling.
Oh,
this is not QED, everybody. This is Gang Beats. Lift people up, throw them out of the ring. Beautiful. By the boot.
He is stuck on the rails.
Heading straight for it.
Jumping like a.
Oh wow, this is
like a flea.
We need some
Now
classical
we're down
music.
to some,
in
I
here.
think, serious Gang Beasts players. So they both
And then right on the chin. All right, grab them by the nose like that.
Bloodbath.
Oh, and Green will not go down like that. Punch in the right rib. All right. Yeah, they're holding hands. And Green is down. Red, you should press white right now. Very good. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Unless you don't want to. Alright, there's a big bone loaf on the floor.
Bone loaf.
Very big coincidence.
Yeah. Bone loaf is a good name.
I like it. Alright, look at those beautiful rays of light. Like it gives us this kind of, we're training after work to become a gang. You know, you get out of the office and you go train with your gang mates. They call.
Ironically, the boxing room is set up probably to keep kids off the streets and out of gangs.
Wait,
you watch The Wire?
No.
A lot of people.
Just a classical armpit grab. Beautiful.
Have you played this game before?
We have 2 contestants left. This is a showdown where the sun goes down and things become real. I wish you could like put your wrists in glue and then like sprinkles and glass.
Like glass?
Yeah.
Kite fighting?
That would be fun.
But then you'd have that glass.
Oh! Beautiful. Yellow, flex those muscles.
I have never seen someone dominate so extremely as Yellow did just then.
Even more contestants? I thought we would be
We
done
are
by
in
now.
now the grinding room.
Speaking of showdowns, we have Bo Blip. Blue Blip, get up here.
Come on down, Bubblet.
Get up here.
Rachel W.
Rachel W. Brian B.
Brian B.
Brian B.
Brian B. Come down. Brian B. Come down and play Gang Beasts.
Why is the last name always the hardest to read?
It's Phil. Philip L.
Philip L.
Philip L. Do we have a Phil? Yes, we do. We have everyone.
All right, everybody's here. Are we all ready to get? Can we do the shouting thing again? Is everybody more hyped this time?
Everyone.
Did you drink a bit more drink? All right, on 3, 2, 3. Gang Beasts! And this is where you can also start chanting blood.
Green is blood. Green is our.
Oh, this grinder level looks beautiful. They got a little makeover. I have not seen these colored beige railings yet.
This level, you can fall into the grinder and get back out again. If you're really good.
It's kind of
great,
traumatizing, probably.
Well, your feet. You might lose your feet.
It's like when you get your feet in a box with water and those fish that clean your feet.
Yeah.
You know that stuff? It's like a spa thing.
They have that in Sweden.
Yeah.
It's not legal in this country.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
Anything's legal in Sweden.
That's true.
So, look, it's in the grinder red, but I think
they're in the grind zone.
He's in control.
Wow, beautiful, and he just completely changed the turns. Yellow is kind of I like making horrible sounds with that. Wow, blue.
All for nothing, red.
Good job. Good job.
Stop that. Well, you can die now.
So, do you know how you can do push-ups in this game?
How do you do push-ups?
So you can like press B to duck, and then grab the ground, and then like release B a couple times. You can do cool push-ups.
Secret move.
Yeah, and it actually makes your character stronger. If you get the time to do that, and you need to rest in between, of course, for your muscles to grow.
Two people seem down, but
yeah, that's good.
Everyone's laying down.
Everybody's trying to do push-ups. They don't have the upper arm strength it requires.
They will just listen to you and do the exercise.
Oh, and that's a double grind.
Grind together.
Blue.
Push it to
Beautiful, but yellow dominates. Once again. Woo!
And became a sort of flip.
Alright, this is it. The last match of this match. Grinders everywhere.
Blue's already got the upper hand. No.
What would this facility be used for? Like sausage making?
It's obviously for taking big rocks and making them into smaller rocks.
Like pebbles.
Or maybe just for fighting.
Oh yeah, it's like
If you're an evil villain and you had a lair.
this is American television. But where are the commercials?
Oh, he's unconscious. This could be bad.
Oh, and that's a
Wake up, Yellow. Wake up.
grab him by the nose.
He's awake.
And
Yellow.
that's gonna hurt. He's gonna feel that in the morning.
He looks like he just lost the will to fight in the last minute.
Blue.
Good job, Blue.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Alright. Another piece of
Oh,
paper.
this is the most dangerous.
The most beautiful.
Number one,
of
Bronson.
Martin J. Onasson. Get up here.
Peyton Manning, I suppose. Peyton M.
Peyton M.
Peyton M.
And we need Gray W as our final contestant on this beautiful gondola.
Gray.
Hey.
Mr. Gray W.
So-
Is your name Gray White, really? Oh. I would go with Gray White is pretty good though.
That's cool.
Whose burrito is this?
So,
Is that relevant question right now? Not yours, but I know that's yours.
that's Paul Veer right there. Alright, and we're going. This
I
level
want to advise
is
everyone to be careful because you're really high up here and you need to, safety is the most important thing in fighting on this level. Green is doing a smart technique, which is staying the F out of the
Green has a good spawn.
I would just lay down. If I were Green, I would just lay down right
if
now.
I
There we
were
go.
Green-
Green is laying down. Good move, Green.
Green, I would grab that plank.
Blue is
and
going to
drag
pull
it
Red
out.
off the railing in the book of the
Oh!
Stay laying
So
down,
now,
Green.
this is
Don't move, Green.
This is where Red swings to the other side, through the bottom,
No,
grabs
he
Green
can't.
by the feet, and drags Green down while doing a flip and landing on top of the gondola. Alright, that would have
Trying to
been
do it. That would have been better, but
So,
sometimes you just got to lay down.
a beautiful thing on this level is you can actually punch the ropes.
Oh, they don't know that. You can destroy the ropes that are holding up these windows.
If anyone here played the game Punch the Rope, pretty good. You have to punch the rope.
Once again, Red under the... Go back in the building and come up to the elevator.
That scream needs to be slightly longer, I think.
Green patented...
Alright, Blue is going to cross the bridge.
Green is intimidating with his arms up, trying to psych out his opponent. Blue is obviously having a...
Oh yeah, face first, always saber. Like, increase your body surface.
Exactly. Put your head...
Oh, and he made it! Green! Massive cross! Blue has the upper hand. You are not going down without a fight, and yeah. That's what you get for not crossing the bridge.
Green was sick of laying down and decided to stand up and kill.
This does look safe.
Now this is even less safe.
So if the contestants are not here within 5 minutes, they will get smacked by giant signs. Can we read real slowly?
Oh, yeah, really? Okay. This is... Wait, is this fair? We're starting without even people down here. Come on down. Game T. Game T.
We need Brandon D.
Someone's got to pause it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. And Blue is not doing anything to evade the giant.
So Game T. Brennan D.
Tyreek.
Tyreek.
Get up here. Tyreek.
Brennan D. and Evan V.
Evan V.
Evan V.
For a last contestant, your handwriting is
Oh, we missed
beautiful.
the trucks. We had to skip the trucks?
I think we should go back to the trucks. It's like... That's a great idea.
Trucks. The truck level, I feel, was inspired by the Jean-Claude Van Damme viral video.
The movie called Truck.
Where there's the splits. Oh yeah, it was based on Truck.
I don't watch movies. Beautiful menu. I like it. Look at those beautiful shadows. This is like top class rendering going
It's
on
like
right here.
being in a
For the
cozy-
technical people in the room.
Just the brothers of James Brown. James, did you make the beautiful...
Who is responsible for these shadows? Is it Mr. Unity? Oh, we are missing. What?
Yellow!
Yellow!
Been doing that long
Spider-Man is way up. This is for crossing the line.
Just on style alone, I think Yellow kind of won that match.
I think so too, but I think Yellow has played this game
Red is
well.
a very angry player. We're seeing a lot of rage.
So do you think Yellow is an experienced player, or is it just like
I've
really
never
lucky
seen that
button
move.
mashing? You know, the 100 typewriters.
Let's see if Yellow can do it again. If they can stay up that high, they could win the match. Yellow seems to be confused. I'm thinking it was just
What
luck.
happened to Red? Oh, there's Red. Red was hiding in the corner. Very clever. Now find a new place to hide now that everybody's attention is on you.
Come on, Yellow. Up on the wall again. He's grabbing shadows. He seems to be grabbing his own
All right,
shadow.
Red, get his butt. Get his butt. Yeah.
Grab him by the...
All right. Wow. This is like one of those strongman contests where you have to climb a 100-meter wall straight up and then like carry a tire.
And then someone throws you in a fire pit.
Yeah.
I love those.
Texan barbecue.
I know it's really violent, but this one makes me think of campfire and s'mores and just like a pleasant time.
We need some a guitar there.
Yeah, but they should take really, that's a suggestion for developers quietly. Oh, now Yellow, he's like, I'm not
Oh, Blue, that was a beautiful way, a controlled fall, underrated. You gotta hurt your spine a bit. But
wow, that was a one-handed toss into the fire of Yellow, buddy.
Beautiful. Look at those views. Did you guys record those grunts yourself?
James Brown, is that your grunting in the game?
Did you guys get a professional grunter? Like a grunt actor?
If you want, we can do some grunts for your game.
Yeah, like DLC, like Snoop Dogg grunts. Really pretty cool.
Celebrity grunting? Oh, I think Yellow had him.
Wow, this sounds like it was...
Do your Snoop Dogg grunt, could you?
Alright, yeah, right?
Where did you get to hear Snoop Dogg grunt? Oh,
I'm better not go into that. And Yellow! Oh, hang on! Red! Climbing walls will not get you
Who's
far.
Red over there? Who is Red?
Good job, Red.
I would watch out for Red.
We got another one of those beautiful notes. Alright, first of all, Romero, get up here. We want to see you kill
Number 2,
people.
where is Kitty? Kitty, Kitty, Kitty.
Alright, someone called Jum.
And Charles.
Like throat singing.
Charles with no E. Charles.
Alright, we're gonna see some violence on the big screen tonight. Who likes violence?
Who likes carnivals? Who likes violence at carnivals?
Very specific. Not really,
Who likes
actually.
violence on carnivals on boardwalks?
This, I must say, this music, this level normally has beautiful music.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
We'll sing it until you fix the bug, James.
Where's the music? Oh, I heard some clapping. Yeah.
So we're gonna need the music for this.
What?
Oh, I think it's turned off.
Where's the music? This means we have to talk non-stop. Which is very, very
John, have you ever
exhausting.
considered, James, have you considered sharks for this level? Which AI is based on a shark? Oh, okay.
There's a shark in this
Can I
game, confirmed.
also suggest air sharks? Sharks that jump out of the water?
Birds.
Like in Australia?
Alright.
Are you fighting?
So-
You can fight. You know the right around.
Do we
You can
have...
actually
Oh,
fight.
competitors.
The fight has begun, everybody.
They're
You know?
enjoying the view. Imagine how beautiful this must be in first
These might
person.
be our last
Seeing
moments
that
ever.
whole cityscape, the lights and like the smog.
Smelling the churros.
Yeah. Alright.
Roundup.
So I've heard, this is an interesting fact, I've spoken to the creators of this game and they told me that every plank here has been placed by hand. Is that true? Can we get a yes? Copy and paste it by hand. Beautiful.
Has anyone not? No one has died yet. You have to fight each other.
So everybody has to get in their own color card and then like start spinning way
Yellow,
faster and you
yellow,
get fireworks.
Yellow. Oh, but yellow has grabbed the other hand.
Oh, blue, that's this is like the ending of Titanic right here. Wow. Oh.
Don't let go, Jeff.
It's a love story.
And they hang on while red kills green.
They should get like friendship rings.
You can't both win. Because
So red and green are panicking. They're like, oh, what should we do? How do we save these people? Oh no! Oh! And they get punched on the chin, punched in the air, punched in the
One of them is trying
kidney.
to throw the other in front of the carnival. I'm not gonna.
Yellow! What are you doing?
Now, if someone else could go over and punch blue in the head.
Yeah, this is their last moment on this earth. Before they go on a beautiful 4-year journey. Okay, so red
has green by
and green gotta start jumping on some heads here, right? Classic video game material.
Exactly.
Jump on that blue head. I command you.
Now, if they grab the carnival, grab on. And
yeah, some James Bond moves there.
Now we're gonna see green exactly either blue or yellow.
So green, what are you doing?
He's trying to figure out how to punch.
These people love each other. Give them this moment.
I think Red's gonna kill himself.
Green, show some respect.
Here comes red around. Grab red's butt.
Oh, green, get in that other card. We want to see some James Bond scenes in here before they fly off to Moscow and then to Hawaii. You know? Oh.
I've never seen people. Oh, hang on to. I thought something happened there.
So what would you do if you came across this in real life? You're going to the beer and there's like 2 people. All right, we're going to restart.
No, we're good. And they're still hanging on, even after being knocked.
I would like to repeat my question. Say you're walking on the pier and you saw 2 people holding hands. Like, would you think like, oh, I gotta give them some privacy, or would you call like,
would you punch you in the head?
And you can only save one because you have only 2 hands, right? You don't have the strength to lift 2 people. So which one will you save?
You have to talk to them to figure out which one had more life to live.
Yeah.
Like Titanic.
Did you smoke? Are you a smoker?
Do either of you have a terminal disease? And
yeah. But also you would want them to have that privacy.
I'm starting to suspect that red and green just don't want to hurt each other. They just want to have fun.
It's like...
Okay, you've got to... Oh! Surely
red is hanging under... how do you call those things?
I think blue is getting the edge on yellow. Look at that. Blue is coming up.
Yeah. So they're hanging on with 2 hands each, but you can use 1 hand to punch.
You know, the best way to jump up, I don't know if you guys know, is to let go of the bumpers. That's use a high jump move.
Flying cheats, yeah.
Just for a second, let go of both of them.
Red is pushing that card forward, making the whole wheel turn. It's all physics.
I think yellow is slowly
I'm
slipping
starting
into the
to
ocean.
think this level is terrible for a tournament.
So I think, like a real carnival, it should have scary clowns.
You know how this should work. The contestants should get blindfolded and all start running left and see who gets the furthest. That would be fun.
Hold on, something might be happening. Red.
Oh man,
punching
punched in the
grabbing.
Yeah, punches. And we're getting this is the double date right here. What is happening? Oh wow, this is a slight variation on the no blue and yellow technique.
No!
And green shows you it's done. They're working together to jump on yellow's head. Oh god!
And James, this is where the sharks would come in.
This is like one of those fancy massages where someone walks on your back, right?
Yeah, it must feel good for Blue right now to get a little bit of a neck rub by Red's kicking. Yeah, but green is down. Wait, green is getting up on just 1 fingernail.
Alright, press the shark button too.
Alright, and we'll have a killer otter.
Oh!
Or maybe just a hungry seal. Really hungry seal. There we have it. There we have it. The most...
Oh! This is charity.
No!
I think you guys should start.
Blue and yellow, let me point out there's no money to be won today.
And none of these contestants have been. And everything is down. Wow.
Now he's doing unseen things.
I hope everybody is not tired because they're gonna be here a while. We're gonna watch this all night long.
The most tense yet boring ending to a game I've ever seen.
I love it.
Because it's all about what's going on inside their heads. What are they thinking about?
And none of these contestants have realized that this is where the game moves into the physical space, where you can actually win by
letting go
beating someone's hands off a controller.
Now, red is
in
the real world, they're next to each other.
So actually, green is at the biggest advantage here.
I would say green was the first winner.
Green gets to pick who.
Now red's only got one arm on the plank.
So who needs to go to the bathroom? Oh,
wait!
Wow!
Yellow's down.
Someone is hanging on blue's feet. I think.
No, I still see yellow still in the game, but I don't see red at all.
Can we get camera 2, please?
Oh! It looks like everybody died, or everybody won. Everybody won and lost.
All right.
Oh no!
No, we can finish it. It's up to you, Ramiro. You have to end this. End our agony for all these people here who are slowly starting to hate you for dragging on so long. Nothing personal. Alright, they're kind of hesitant to get in the brawl, but it's starting here. Blue is out, knocked out, cold. So this is where you pick up blue and toss him in the ocean. Green is just chilling in the Ferris wheel. Good moves, Green. You should have stayed there. It would have been a lot simpler. Oh. And red is down. You cannot do that Titanic move twice. Oh! Alright, it is yellow and
Yellow's
green.
running away. Trying to explore.
Who is going to punish who?
Hold my hand.
When?
Come with me on this ride.
Oh! Oh wow! Holding on to their feet. This is where
you can use
your
other
where the
hand
story
and punch.
begins.
You can hold on with one hand and punch the other foot if you just or let go.
That was
like,
outside. Ouch! Who copy-pasted these planks?
And
wow, green, beautiful, well done, kitty. Alright, so now we are going to play a level that has an ending.
No, this Subway.
Oh no, this is even more terrible for a tournament.
Alex Ruvello.
We should do the next one.
Ruviello. Alex Ruviello.
Oh, Marina. Andrew Todd, get up here.
Andrew Todd and David
Kalina.
David Kalina.
Should we just make up names and see if those
David
people are here?
Cole.
John Frank.
Wait, let's skip.
This is
Kevin Zur. Kevin
This
Zur.
is like one of those fancy indoor skydiving things for people who can't
if you want
afford
to fly,
an airplane.
just jump over the fan and you'll fly.
Yeah, just like in Half-Life.
Did we get everybody? Did we have all four? Did we get Alex Zur? David Killing?
Alright, there's our last contestant. Running up. They're all wearing bathrobes and like punching the air. This is serious.
They're really into it. If you can't see it on the stream, they're all in bathrobes. There's only spectacle.
Yeah, that's what Fantastic Festival is all about.
Now, is someone already dead? No, Red was just hiding off screen.
So this is a big level. There's plenty of space for creativity in here. We want to see people express themselves. And green, what is happening? Wow!
On the
I bet that bridge was hand copy pasted as well. They need to hire an architect to get those things.
Yellow is trying to squeeze in the crack, and
so if you walk into those fans on the left, you actually fly over the level.
Yeah, it's a power up, and you get a special flying animation.
That's gotta hurt.
No, it's
so imagine falling into that, and you don't get hit by the propeller, but you just fall.
Oh, look at this green
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Hit a slippery spot on the floor and slipped underneath.
Everybody's going for that Titanic bomb, but it's not as easy as it seems. All right, we have
it's a little
two fights emerging here.
A belly flop by green, one of the most dangerous and frightening moves in the game.
So what I'm wondering, that front of the screen, can they fall down there? Can we get a quick test by someone? Wow. So who's your favorite?
I really like that move that blue-green just did, jumping back.
It looks so painful.
Oh, belly button grab and
and hold on, Green, hold on. You can grab Yellow's hands. Oh wow, beautiful head first dive belly flop over the railing, and now getting grabbed in the groin. and head under the railing.
Now it's only one. This is not fair. All this is ugly to see. What is that pelvic thrust thing going on?
It's not a fighting game. This is not.
What are you guys doing?
This is a new trend.
This is something. Yellow is going to do it to his own death.
That's how little gangster, man.
A humiliating and frightening move.
Right, just do that. I think they. Yeah,
stay away from the edge.
Those downdrafts, is that a thing?
Yeah.
So this is actually a model of the AC room of the highball, like the data cinema in the AC room. That's why it's so fucking cold here.
It's just blue and yellow in a final death match.
Oh man, he comes back. Oh yeah! We made up Blue wins.
Just barely. I thought that was very cool.
Did you have money on that?
I can't say how much money I have.
Want to
We're
put
back in the
some money
theater,
on
you
the
guys.
next one? Zach Ailes.
Zach Ailes.
Right, and Sam. James O.
James O.
And Mr. Rusty M himself, who handed us this card. He put himself in the easiest bracket. This is not very okay. But we're gonna let it stick.
Who are we missing? Did we go over them? Do we have Zach? Yeah, we got Zach.
We have everybody.
Oh, four. Okay. That is no official. The guy handed us the paper and he's in the fight. We hope to see no cheating.
Back in the cinema.
Yeah,
that would be terrible.
If we were actually in the cinema, we'd be sitting in a very dangerous place because we're very close to the screen. Oh, Red has already been taken down to Davy Jones' locker, maybe thrown back in.
Oh,
maybe
thrown back in.
In a horrible toying with like a cat with a mouse.
Do you like squid?
I do like squid.
Like with some smoked paprika and some olive oil, like that.
Deep fried or maybe.
Yeah. Can we get some squid up here? Anyone? No?
JW like some squid. No. Blue is having a hard time sealing the deal with the unconscious. Oh, what's happening?
So this is actually a live stream from room 4. People thought they were...
The people have put on some scary suits and are beating up people in the theater.
Yeah, they started out watching Great Beast, but things went wrong. Yellow, what are you doing? Are you just taunting Blue? And he was going for the knockdown, but Blue's like, no, not on mine. I'm grabbing Yellow by the non-existent hair, and bam! That's what happens. Oh, man. So they're hitting those planks where you put those little pieces of paper to get food, instead of hitting each other. And just wait for those giant sticky round things to grab Blue. And that's, that's gotta...
Not coming back.
It's kind of a beautiful death if you think about it. Like, I'd rather be eaten by a giant octopus and like return to the food cycle than being grinded up by a giant rock dragon.
Just to be one of the very few. Oh, Green is trying to imitate octopus motion to try and befriend the horrible tentacle kraken.
Oh yeah, once you get the octopus on your side, that's where it really becomes easy.
He wants to build an alliance with the
kraken. And Yellow is doing the same.
Yellow is doing the same move.
Who can be more friendly? Oh, Yellow is returning to human roots. Oh, and that was like a nose grab right there. What's happening?
If the players could actually put the little pieces of paper on the blanks, possibly wait staff into the room, it would become a challenge. Green is down.
It just gets swung over the horizon.
Yellow looks like barely survived that round, Yellow.
Yellow is chilling. Alright, we have a 1-1-1-2 situation here. Yellow could win this, so everybody's gonna team up on Yellow and beat the shit out of him. Video game. What a beautiful logo for Grim Beast there. Probably from .com or a similar website.
No one seems to have the will to fight. Green is doing some corner humping from Blair Witch Project. I've been really into it. I've seen a drunk man on Street Surface go to the exact same thing.
It is kind of beautiful.
Meanwhile, a three-way sort of human totem pole.
You know what I like in this game? If you fall on your face real hard, you get knocked out.
You can knock yourself out?
Yeah, I think so.
It's all about physics.
It's like real life. Imagine if they had noses. That would be freaky.
Blue is carrying Green to his death. He got tripped up
And green is back to the back seat. They're fighting for the best seat to see the movie, obviously. Those two in the middle are probably the best seats. What do you think? Do you like sitting in the front? It kind of sucks that everybody can see all the popcorn you spilled. And you cannot rely on getting close to the screen. You might just get randomly grabbed. Like even carrying green up there is a dangerous thing to do. You might get octopus.
Generally, you should not walk by the screen. Just like in real life.
It's rude. Like
imagine look like an octopus. Like Green is trying to do this. Is not gonna.
Imagine downloading a cam version of this movie and like there's all these people fighting in the front, right? That's why you should sit down and stay down.
Green is now humping the northwest corner of the theater, trying a different I think trying to find a hidden Easter egg in this level.
Yeah, I heard that you can glitch through the corners if you hump them right.
Green does not give it. He's like the honey badger of the, he's just standing right by the screen. It doesn't care. And now he's back in his more familiar corner, which is
he was like, yeah, don't hump this corner, hump that seat. Green was not applied.
Green realizes the corner he
blue. Wait, yellow is like, oh, that's close enough. Give me this sec. I'm gonna walk here. And
Green doesn't care that all the tentacles can grab him.
Green is convinced about this corner glitch. Apparently, you kind of just zip straight up and you stand on top of the cinema. That's what I've heard. Yeah. So, anyone who has seen the QED tournament knows when the giant anime waifu is gonna come from the ceiling and grab our contestants. That will be soon. I hope. Yellow is down. Do you wonder if yellow drowned or did yellow get grabbed by the octopus underwater?
I heard a splashing sound. And I don't see the octopus really committed to bring the food to its beak now. I think it just wants to pull people out of the
Maybe they're like brought to a beautiful underwater world.
Like a little mermaid.
Yeah.
Green, you pumped the last corner. No! Back in the ring.
Back but dead. That head trauma
did that really kill him dead?
Those seats are not soft enough to carry that load.
Oh,
blue and yellow, upside down, classical, but that screen did not open up yet. We are still watching a movie. There's so many walls being broken in this. I don't know if this is real life anymore. I don't know. You want to be blue? I'll be yellow.
I want to be blue. Blue wins. It's got to be every time. Or
is this still the first?
We're ready for the semifinals, everybody.
Semifinals.
So that means we had 8 matches already, and then there's what, 2 or 4?
Matches.
Yeah, 2, and then the finals. Okay.
This is where it really all begins. We should do trucks. Yeah, we're getting some truck shots from the audience and some trucks fans.
Let's bring down the winners.
What is all about trucks?
Rob Block, Trevor L.
What's your favorite truck?
Philip L.
Bronson. You win, Bronson.
Did Rob
you really
Block,
win?
Trevor L. Philip L. Come back.
So, do you have a truck? Do you own a truck?
No, I don't own a truck.
Why not? What's your favorite type of truck?
If you have a truck, people ask you to like help them move and stuff. It's really not.
Yeah, but at least you have something to talk about, right?
I like Mack trucks have a little dog on the front, like a little dog statue on the hood. So that's pretty
cool. But those probably get stolen by drunk teenagers. Okay, then go back to
what
every
is your
car.
favorite kind of truck?
I don't know anything about trucks.
Oh, look at these trucks.
Oh,
Okay.
this is my favorite kind of truck.
Okay,
That's what you get.
down.
No jaywalking. Alright, green and yellow.
Green and yellow. Green is falling asleep.
You cannot do this for
Yellow
us.
makes a daring
Beautiful
down.
jump.
Across
Great
the
move. You can see the first sign coming up. You should press B or get wrecked. Green! Yes! That's how we do it! Gang beast, everybody! Gang beast!
You see the green tried to save yellow at the last minute?
Yeah.
Jumped and
It's
tried
like, I'm gonna carry you to this other truck and then beat you
I
up.
want to beat you myself.
I
I don't
want-
want you dying. Uh-oh.
Oh, they're reanimating blue, like giving that mouth-to-mouth kind of stuff. I don't know what that's called in English.
Now, yellow tried to make a jump between trucks, which really
Blue,
was not advisable.
you want to jump? Oh, sweet move there.
Nice.
Look at those trucks.
Try to
Oh, and another one. You don't have to jump over that thing as long as you do some weird things. Yeah, butt first into the sign. That's what's gonna happen here.
Sending his buttocks to his opponent. That's a way to intimidate.
The ultimate comment. It's a sports thing, I've heard. Alright, the sign is on the other side this time. You cannot rely on this. Blue, present your bucket. Green wins! A beautiful airborne victory. What a semifinal.
Yeah, you can call it a victory, but
Can you call it a semifinal, or is every semifinal a semifinal?
this is the second semifinal, the half semifinal.
Alright.
Evan V.
Kitty!
Kevin Z.
Son! What level are we playing? I want to hear some specifics here. Trucks, alright, we're doing this hardcore Mad Max style, some stunts on top of cars, everybody's favorite thing. Even if you don't like trucks, you gotta like gang beasts. Trucks. Where's that sound coming from? Is Red just kind of grunting into the air? Is that what's happening here?
Trucks.
Blue, you are in luck today. You can just chill. Green, so are you. Oh, those trucks have 6 wheels. That's pretty cool. You can like get one flat tire and you don't spin out of control.
Where they come.
I think they need it with
Blue,
like
you're
all
meant
that
to
fighting
run
and
off the
stuff.
truck.
Alright, Green has left the truck roof.
Beautiful dodge by Blue.
I remember that the physics used to be less like butt in the air ducking. I endorse this tweet. Green
obviously won
is
that
like,
a little
I'm
bit
gonna
more.
stun
Oh,
you
there's
in
some
the
really-
groin, and
That's
then
seven groin punches.
yeah, and then in the belly, in the kidney, and then I'm gonna jump to the other car and do the same thing to Blue. No, that would have been nice.
That's what you get, Green, for.
Oh, and Red is being held off. Wow, that is so nice of Blue.
And
then Red also
to
dies.
save Green's life.
So at least everybody now spawns with someone else on their truck. And Red is like, oh, I give up. This is too much for me. I cannot bear standing on this. I'm gonna like run, jump, and roll. And I might get out of this. I'll have to walk far to the nearest gas station, but I'll be fine. I won't be all beaten up.
Lay down, Green.
Yellow, you want to jump?
Down, Green.
Oh, no.
A little
And there's another sign. Oh no, did Yellow see you? Did Yellow? Ah, Blue wins because everybody's dead.
I don't know how Blue won that.
I think it's decided by who hits the floor most beautifully.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the finals.
The finals.
It's down to 2 final contestants.
So what level do we want to see? Like
Trevor L.
Should we keep it like
And
classy?
Trevor L, you there?
This is finals.
This is the finals. One more last final game beat, Shell.
So are we gonna see like a classic boxing ring match, a grinder? What do we want to see here? I think we should do the cinema. Because not the cinema. I think we should not do the cinema is what I'm doing here.
Grinder.
Grinder.
What do you think, Grinder?
Grinder is good. Grind
Oh, so we
it
haven't even done the subway yet, have we?
That one's terrible for training. You have to wait for training and stuff. You're always late.
Wheel? Which is wheel?
We are doing grinder.
Grinder.
This is it. We're gonna take it easy. Alright, we're doing it. You know, y'all know the drill.
Yell. 1, 2, 3. Jump over to your own death.
And Blue is being lifted in like a beautiful victory taunt and then getting punched in the kidney. And he did like, wow! Spider-Man moves! Get that costume! Wow! That is like, oh man, I'm good at this stuff. Blue, you better watch out. You might not be that lucky next time. So if you go through that red door, you're coming to the office building where
manager.
Yeah. And you can get those grinders shut down.
You can win for your paperwork.
Sweet.
This is the finals. We're not gonna have
we should do some good commentating. Do you want to be the good cop or the bad cop?
God.
I'll be the kid.
Oh, blue! I can't do this. Too nice to be a bad cop. I would never be a cop. Just for the record.
Sam is the red. We have
Alright.
Trevor is blue.
Oh, did you see red swaying their arms like kind of? Sam is red, and the other person.
Now in the
is
last
blue.
fight, we'll make an effort to actually know who's playing.
Why?
Because there are only two of them, and we can probably do
But
it.
you can relate.
Trevor is going down.
Head first.
You gotta go
That's a close shave. Yeah, skulls.
Arms up. Arms up. I've already forgot. Sam. Yeah.
Well done.
Well, no,
Sam and Trevor, blue and red.
Sam.
I find it easier to like relate to colors than people. I think we should.
Okay, this is the final. This is the final match. So you can't go through. There's a bonus in there.
There's a bomb. Oh no, that's a bone loaf.
Can you use that as a weapon, James?
If you pick up the bone loaf, you become super strong. You get giant muscles, like everybody wants. And sideways is in his last bits of life, surging through his body. And
that was a cartwheel by
Trevor. Beautiful. We're seeing some cool
Would
moves.
you rather be thrown in the grinder feet first or head first?
Head first. Get it over with.
There's a chance you might live and just only lose
Actually,
your feet.
if you go feet first, you can have one last phone call.
Oh, he survived!
Oh, and he's back, and he's getting
It
thrown
almost
in
seems
the
like,
wall.
Trevor pulled him out of the grinder in an act of mercy.
Trevor is punishing Red for previous victories. It's like, I'm going to hang you over this grinder until you give me my lunch money. That's what's happening here. American high school, right on your television.
Oh, no! He's getting grabbed his face.
Oh, no, think about it. If you go feet first, you can have one last phone call. You can like, Honey, I love you. And then you get right. I don't know if that would be worse.
I don't think I'd work.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that was a quick down in the grinder.
1-1. All right.
This is the final match, and it's a tie.
It's a tie.
We
I
didn't
think
ask for it.
no, everybody wins. All right. We want to see some sweet moves here. We want to see some wall climbing, some cartwheels, some push-ups.
Wake up, Sam.
We want to see. He used his jaw muscles to jump out of there. Damn.
Oh, unusual.
And hanging by the chin.
Congratulations.
How does it feel to throw people into grind?
I feel I am truly a part of the gang family because of this.
Beautiful words.
Sam, how do you feel with your tragic, embarrassing loss?
Only pain and sadness.
That's what Gang Beast is all about. Thank you for playing.
What a beautiful game.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only thank our combatants, but please thank our MCs, Tim Schafer and Jan Willem. Alright, we've got more Fantastic Arcade Madness coming up. We're going to have a Push Me, Pull You talk and tournament. I want to have one brief statement, though. Remember, when you're ordering food in the theater, you are at a restaurant. Please don't leave your seat because they don't know you personally and they don't know where you're going and they're not tracking you. Make sure that you pay your bill at your seat where you ordered it if you can. All right, we're going to have about 10 minutes where we pull stuff down here and regroup, and then we're going to be back in just a moment with House and Push Me, Pull You.
Can I get some applause for Wiley? Because he's working so hard and doing all this beautiful stuff.
I've actually been in the back of the theater getting tanked all night, so I don't know what you fools are applauding. But thank you all so much for coming. I love you.